Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. And I have a review for a Shudder movie that I think came out like a few months back, and I didn't get to it because I didn't get a subscription until about a month ago for October. It's one that interested me enough that I wanted to check out because of the title and because of the killer suspect whatever in the movie. This film is a 2025 film called Night of the Reaper. It's about an hour and a half. It zooms by. It's kind of one of those 80s throwback movies that have a really cool new wave retro soundtrack, which I loved about the movie. First and foremost, Night of the Reaper, I thought was going to be a slasher. Probably a lot of people did. It sounds like a slasher from the title alone. It has like a slasher villain with a skull mask and stuff. Kind of a Grim Reaper theme, just like the title. And it's not really a slasher movie, just so you know. It's kind of just more of a thriller. It has some bloodiness to it at moments, but not a whole lot. It's not a body count movie, if you will. Night of the Reaper, I had heard a lot of mediocre things about it, and I didn't really know what to expect going in. I kind of worried that it would be a massive disappointment, but to my surprise, I really, really loved Night of the Reaper. It's not amazing, it's not perfect, but it's kind of like Hellfest in that example of a movie that really surprised me despite it not being really a slasher. Hellfest is more a slasher than this, but the lack of blood in either movie kind of makes us all disappointed as slasher fans. Not that it's necessary, though. The fact that I enjoy these two films kind of proves a point. So, Night of the Reaper, what is this movie about? Well, basically, a killer has returned to a small town, but so has a young woman who's a college student who has a weird relationship with her parents, not really a close one. When she comes home, the first person she talks to is her childhood best friend, and she hasn't seen her a little bit while she's been out of town. But it turns out that night, that best friend's been babysitting for the local sheriff, and she gets sick, starts throwing up and whatever, and asks our main character, local college girl, to take her place on babysitting the sheriff's son that night. And so she does. But that morning also, before she even agrees to do all this for that night, the local sheriff goes out on his front porch, and by the way, he's super jacked. Dude looks great. It's crazy. I wish I looked like that. He goes out on his front porch and finds a box that has a surprise in there from the local killer. And the killer begins to send videotapes and whatnot, and the mystery is building again. And this town is a small town, an actual small town. It really captures that well in the movie. And basically the sheriff is kind of having to go out of his way to do almost basically illegal things to try to find out who this person is, what their end game is it a copycat or a fake or whatever, is it the real deal, what's he gonna do? So he starts going after this, all this evidence and finding these sketchy ways to find new evidences. And I gotta tell you, this is not like the most amazing movie ever, but I had a really good time. I thought it was fun for what it was. The killer in it, and we do get to see him kill a few people, like a very small handful of people. There's not a lot of blood. There is practical effects, which look really nice, but there are barely any kills in the movie, just so you know up front. But the tension building and some of the really cool things like the 80s aesthetic really works here. I like it a lot for that alone. If this came to physical media, I would buy it for my collection because I could see myself watching this every once in a while. I really like what the movie had to offer. If you heard the same things I heard about the movie not being great or being a disappointment, go in with limited expectations, and I think you'll have a good time. The killer itself has like a skull mask and very Grim Reaper themed, and I thought that could be cooler than it actually was. However, there is the whole motif with death and the skeleton thing that's used later in the film, like in the third act, that I really liked. I thought it looked great for a particular scene. I thought it was very well done and kind of chilling, to be honest. It's a very cool Halloween-style movie. The way it feels, the atmosphere to it, I think it really captures that well. The director did a great job with this, and I think he wrote the movie, too, if I remember correctly. But this is the thing. The third act, it tries to do some things that I don't know if I think it did it successfully. I think that's the biggest handicap to the movie. Things are explained, but not properly, you could say. So be wary of that. That may crash and burn the movie for you. Maybe that's the big hang-up for everybody outside of not a lot of kills. I don't know. But I still like the film. I think once it explained itself more, I was less confused. you know? But it's a little messy. It's a little messy in that third act. If you can get by the mess, I think you'll have a great time. It's like a dirty mansion, you know what I mean? So anyway, if I had to rate Night of the Reaper on a 5-star basis, I really enjoyed it. I thought the performances were good. It had a lot to offer, even though it's kind of still a low budget, sort of semi-slasher, mainly thriller movie. If I had to rate it on a 5-star basis, I'd probably give it about a 3 out of 5 stars, almost close to a 4. I thought it was above average, for sure. I liked it way more than it seems like a lot of other people liked it. So anyway, have you seen Night of the Reaper? What did you think about it? I'm hoping we get sequels. In a very Scream vein, I really want it to be like that. I hope Shudder listens to this because, dude, with their terrible VHS movies the last couple of years, I'd rather get away from that for a little bit, give them some time to kind of regroup and figure out what they want to do and do more of these, this kind of thing. But anyway, what do you think about this? I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you all for watching, guys. God bless you all. Catch you later, and happy Thanksgiving. It's coming up. Goodbye.